Welcome back to Flanks06 channel here. I am doing another unboxing video. Today it is going to be for Oathsworn Into the Deepwood. This is the reprint version of the game. As you'll see, this is the Standee edition. Also, I do have the Armory box here, which we'll be opening to see how you can kind of customize your miniatures. And then lastly, we have the secret box here from the latest campaign. And we'll see what that is. Anyway, so this is a game, campaign boss battler game from Shadowborn Games. Ton of content, very big box, a lot of things to go through. So I hope you guys enjoy. All right, welcome back here. We're going to be starting off with the base game box here, and we'll see what's inside. All right, whoop. This paper came flying off already. So it says, warning, the Deepwood holds many mysteries, and so does this box. Do not open any boxes, envelopes, or books, nor look at the faces of any cards or boards until told to. Components you may look at immediately are both rule books, punch boards, miniatures and trays, player aids, ability cards, archetype cards, companion cards, might decks, all dice, player boards, free company sheets, and character sheets. To begin, turn this page over. All right, first step. So it looks like they have a kind of a prepare the game here type of thing, which, so if you guys have been following my channel before, you'll know that I actually have gotten to play this game before with another YouTube creator. And we were just playing for fun. And anyway, so I've seen some of the components already, and he did mention to me before about there being like this organization. So it seems like they still kind of have this. So you have some prep work that you have to do before you can kind of even get started. So we'll, eventually, obviously, I'm going to get to doing that. Maybe I might be able to show what that looks like by the end. But otherwise, we're just going to kind of pull out the things. We're not going to open up all the mystery boxes, obviously, because we want to still follow through with that. If potentially people want to see that later, of course we can. I know that there's a lot of mysteries and secrets and stuff in this game. But, I've played through at least, I think, the first 2 or 3 quests, so it's not really quite as much of a mystery to me. And then some of the things that they are super secret mysteries to them. Maybe not mysteries to others, like, some of the boxes having certain miniatures and stuff in them. But anyway, we're going to move on here. So, see, mystery envelope, do not open until told. Envelope triangle, 2, 10, 12. So there is quite a few envelopes here, neatly stacked in 2 different groups. And then, oh wow, even more here. So you got some foam to kind of protect and hold the cards, or at least this in one spot so they don't move around and probably get crushed. So I am going to try to make sure I'm maintaining these stacks. And man, they ain't lying. There is quite a few of these envelopes in here. They like their mystery. So that's okay. It's part of playing the game. All right, push fit design, multi-part push fit minis. If a part becomes loose, simply push the piece into place and squeeze the front and back of the miniature tightly. Okay. All right, so it looks like they have some things to describe in here. So this is the Standee edition. I guess that's one thing I probably, I think I did mention at the beginning. But probably another good reminder here. So there is still quite a few miniatures in here. In fact, so far I'm actually surprised that there's more than I expected that there was going to be. Because I knew that it was just the hero miniatures that were supposed to have miniatures, and then the others were supposed to be standees. But I think a lot of these are like companion characters and ones that can help the heroes. So that's my guess as to why these are like that. So let's just open this hero box just because
I know this is really what a lot of people like to see here, right? So we have our war bear there with his big axe. And I know that these pieces come off. Let's see if I can take one of these off. So I'm kind of like squeezing these sides here, and I don't exactly remember the points as to where it, there it is, it comes off. So boom, there we go, took off his arms there. And now we can replace his arms with like another weapon type. So we'll probably show that once we get to the Armory box, but I just kind of wanted to look at that real quick here before moving on. That's the Ursus War Bear. And then I know we have a lot of other ones in here. So this, I believe, is like one of the Berserker type hero characters you can play. Starting off with some dual axes there. We got the Ranger character here. And I'm sure anyone that watches or has played this game before will fully probably correct me as to all the names for the different characters. But that's okay. This is kind of the fun part of figuring it out, right? I believe this is like the witch. There's a witch character, and I think in the world and lore is witches are deemed bad, but there's one that's helping you, which is kind of cool. Then you got this rogue type of character here. And I think, yeah, there are arms in there. Get replaced around. You have this one. This one we played with when we were kind of getting to test the game out. Critical Fail is the name of his channel, and he was playing this guy here who has a lot of cool ways to see what abilities are coming up ahead. And you have like this knight character here, which has a massive sword there. You can see some of that separation there because this will come apart. But if you just kind of push it in, boom, easy. These are pretty cool miniatures. I really like. They almost actually feel a little bit lighter than some of other miniatures that I've seen before. Definitely much more flexible for sure too. In fact, oh look, this girl's, I just realized now, her bow part already came off. But I should be able to just, yep, boop, pop it back in, boom, she's ready to go. This is like an archer lady that I believe uses like her own body or something to like eat for arrows. Pretty cool. I think this is like the pennant. And I'm sure I'm already mispronouncing it. This guy's really cool. I might want to play this guy. I played the Urson Warbear when I was playing with Critical Fail. But this is even a cooler character. I might want to do that one. I think we just like randomly sort of picked them or we just super quickly picked them. So I didn't really like look at all the characters. So I'm kind of curious to see what all these ones do. I'm not really sure what this one is. This might be, I think there's one that's supposed to be like an unlockable character or something like that. And here is the priest. My wife played this guy here. He's got some healing and other supporting abilities. And then I'm not really sure what this one is. It seems very, I guess, like maybe more sword and board version than this guy, who's pretty kind of generic fighter guy. So anyway, that is the first miniature box there. Let's move on to this box here. Trays feel pretty solid, I'd say. So the manufacturer is Panda. I got to meet them when and I put some tape on here probably to make sure that these don't go flying off. I got to meet them when I was at Gen Con, And they do some really awesome stuff. They gave me some samples. Really like the quality of the things that they showed me there. All right, so you got an eagle. I think this might be a pet, now that I think about it. I think this is a pet for one of the characters. So there's actually 2 eagles with 2 different sculpts. So maybe you can get 2 eagles at the same time. And then we have kind of our generic companion guys here. And I don't think it's a spoiler, but I think King of Average, which I know many of my viewers are also King of Average viewers, I believe he is in this game as like one of these like companion characters that can kind of help out. And they kind of do it in an interesting way because it's like if one of your guys gets knocked out, you can then use one of these other companions to like keep fighting in the battle. So it kind of keeps everyone engaged, and it's not like, oh, we just knocked out, now you have nothing to do the whole time. It's kind of cool. Man, this is, I don't even know what that is. It looks just like he's a bunch of like brambles and bark and yeah, just like the forest come alive basically. And then there is a lot of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of whatever these things are. They also look like some kind of alien forest thing. And really that is, I'd say, the theme of pretty much most of the Oathsworn stuff is like the forest is almost like, I don't know if sentient's even the correct word for it, because it's alive, but then it's also like trying to kill people, and there's all kinds of stuff. Okay, so here we go. We got lots of Standee punch boards here, which we'll get there. There's the game board in that, and I'll have to kind of pop that guy open so you guys can see it. And then here we go. Yeah, lots of tray organizer stuff here. We have like the calendar parts. You have the free company sheets, and they have it all like pretty pre-packed. I do like that. Kind of keep things together so your components aren't flying around everywhere. That does seem to kind of happen a lot with games. So we have, ooh, here we go. I think this is one of the special items that they gave for this campaign. So you have like this Oathstone marker here. It's a little bit heavier type of piece, but it's kind of got that Oathsworn symbol. Anyway, that is just there, kind of tucked inside. And then we got, boom, bunch of dice here. One of the cool things about this game is you can use dice or you can use cards to mitigate your luck. So I think what's nice about that is you can use. So what's nice about that is you kind of get that choice, right? And you can even do it mid fight, so you don't have to decide at just one point of the game and say this is what I'm doing the rest of the game. You can change it up if you want there. So we got some more cubes. It's funny, this one's actually double bagged. Maybe they're just making sure that the pieces don't get moisture on them. They have a silica thing in there as well, but really trying to make sure that those don't get messed up. And we got a stupid amount of cards and the organizers. Woo, this is going to take a long time to go through. I don't know if I'm going to have enough time to go through it, but yeah, this is what I'm talking about. So like, you'll get these different ones that will show you like, oh, well, you didn't get a hit here, so this is a miss. If you were like pulling like the yellow attacks. So yeah, I don't have another one that I could show you on the other side, but that's generally how the cards kind of work. And I'm sure many other people have done some cool content on this before. So if you haven't seen it, I'm sure it's not a surprise now. So then we have, these are some of the hero attack cards. basically these are gonna like move around your board. And let me see if, I think I saw it real quick. So let's put this one down here for a second. So this is a lot of the game books there. And here is, I believe, a lot of these character things. So you're going to have like your attack cards, and depending on what position, I think it is right. Oh, I could be wrong. It's been like almost a year since I played this game, but I think this symbol here is like once you use this one, you place it in spot 2, and then you have to either have a ability that then moves this, or the I forget what it's called, like a cycling, and you basically force the cards down, and then once they get to this 0 spot, then you'll be able to get these back into your hand. So those are the player boards. Here is the special organizer that we'll be using a lot. There is here's a lot of the save bags. I believe that's what these ones are. And then we have stands for our standees. Some big ones there, because guess what? We're going to fight some big guys too. So this is a boss battler game. So you are fighting all, smaller guys, bigger guys, but it's always like in these big boss fights. So if I can get through some of the cards, we can get through that. But it's actually kind of interesting. The bottom of this box looks like it's almost like a storage organizer in itself. They just did like a real kind of high quality box, which is pretty cool there, to make sure that all your components make it, staying in their spots, not getting moved around. There does look to be like a few things that are kind of squeezed in here. Ooh, some more mystery envelopes. Secret, don't tell anybody. Here is, like your character sheet for your character. So they're going to kind of level up, and then you'll get more defense or animus, redraw, empowered tokens, battle flow. That's what it's called, battle flow, that allows you to move your cards around. And then you'll write how much regen that you get there. So this is another big campaign game. So there is a lot going on there. Oh, there is a little small guy right here. It says Z. So I think pretty much it doesn't say anything, but I think earlier it said not to open any boxes. So I think that's probably part of it as well. So we have other dice in here as well that are the HP tracker dice. You have some ones that maybe higher value damage ones, and then directional dice that you can use. There should be one more thing. Here we go. Here it is. This is the last thing I was looking for specifically in this box. So here was another thing, was that they provided free these oil rubbed dice. These are health dice for your heroes. So then you track, what health your heroes are at. So they give you 4 for the number of heroes that you have. Real heavy dice. I gotta be careful not to drop these and damage my table, otherwise my wife will kill me. But anyway, they are here. So these were the special items from this campaign. I think most of the content is pretty close to what it was before. Obviously, this is standees instead of the tons of miniature boxes like plenty of other people had in their videos. So it's going to be more condensed than what people have gotten in the past. I think additionally some of the characters have been balanced a little bit better, is one of the things that I remember them saying when they were working on this. But I'm not sure all of the other items that have changed. But I'm sure kind of as I start going into the game, playing it some, I may learn what some of those other things are. But I'm going to cut open some of these, and we'll come back and look at these. All right, I have the character boards here so you guys can see this. So we have the Ursus Warbear. Special ability, the Apex Predator. You gain I think that's an upgrade or empower at the start of every encounter. Endurance, your thick hide and great bulk make the ability card your ability cards grant more defense than usual. Cool. The Avi Harbinger. So the preternatural swiftness. Once per encounter during your turn, you may move any distance for free, moving through the intervening hexes. The Huntress. Falconeer, you have 2 great falcon miniatures. All right, there you go. That begin each encounter on your player board. Abilities allow you to move them to other targets. If your falcons are on the correct target, they trigger effects on your ability cards. See Appendix 3 in the Encounter Rulebook for the full rules. The Witch. Precipitate. Once per round, place, I think that might be some kind of animus token or something. Within range or spread existing to adjacent hexes, these tiles cannot be placed in occupied hexes. To cast spells, you must consume these tiles. Removing them, you can only consume hexes within range 3. So that's pretty cool. That sounds like pretty fun character. Pretty difficult sounding, though. Special ability, Discipline. Once per round, battle flow, 1 card once. The mantle, you may make yourself and any amount of adjacent characters immune to any of your witch's abilities. Oh, okay. Interesting. They also tell you on the bottom of these cards like what you can equip. What types of weapons and things like that. The Penitent here, getting that. For each, I think, wound you, or each health you lose, including during the story, gain an empowered. Cool. So you can kind of keep getting some of those tokens there. The Ranger, tree running. If you're adjacent to an obstacle, you may spend 3 animus to move up to 7 to another hex that is adjacent to any obstacle. Obstacles and other characters do not block this movement. You do not count moves running through intervening hexes. The Cur, lethality. You gain lethality tokens from abilities. Before using the ability, you may expend up to 5 of these to empower. So a lot of these characters are pretty different, which is cool. So even though I kind of played some of it before, I'll definitely get a much different playthrough playing again. The Blade stances. You are always in one of the 3 stances that correlate to your cooldown positions. Which stance you are in depends on which cooldown position has the most cards. If 2 or more tie for most cards, you can choose between them. Stances are determined just before the ability is played. That's pretty cool. Priest, Fervor. If you have only 1 health, gain 1 health at the start of the refresh phase. All right, so you get some more health there if you get low. The Exile, open wound. Once per encounter, at any time you may rotate all cards on cooldown twice, but also lose 1 health. Ooh, okay. So you can kind of damage yourself to move your cards around. Unbound Rage, whenever you draw a critical during a melee attack that hits, gain an animus, max 1 hit. And then the Grove Maiden, I think this is the special one. Bioforms, you may start each encounter with the Ancient Guardian ally. See Appendix 3 for full rules on Ancient Guardian. Sentinel turrets, that's probably those things that we saw in the miniature box. You cannot use weapons. Instead, you may carry 2 gear cards. Your might is based on your level, and then some of the cubes there. Okay, it's cool. And then these other ones here, I believe, yeah, they are like the different bad guys that you're going to face. Reason I say that is because it specifically says here, major spoilers, do not look at the faces of these boards. So really making sure you don't know who the bosses and bad guys that you're going to run into are. Okay, that's fine. I am perfectly fine knowing that that's a secret. I know many people already know at least what the first one is because it is actually kind of revealed on the campaign page, so it's not really a secret anymore. But anyway, that is the character boards, and I'll look at a couple of the cards, but then we're going to move on to the next box. All right, I have opened one of the bags here. So Ricochet, getting, I believe this is like that Huntress ability cards. So you get some of these ones. This attack may target an additional enemy with range 4 of the first target, adds 2 damage to this attack for each target. Attack once and divide the damage equally between all targets. So you're getting these at different times, different animus costs. I forget if they have like level cards. Yeah. Okay, so they do. These are the starting ones here, as they don't have any numbers. But as you kind of start looking in here, right, you can see, oh, 2. So it's a level 2 card. And then going further, level 5s, right, 10. So a lot better cards here as you move on. Wow, 15. I didn't even know you get up to level 15 in this game. Okay, so a lot of cool stuff. And then I believe this might be the priest character here. Let's just read one. Knockback 2. If the target collides with anything during the knockback, one character within range gains a defense. Okay, cool. These also have defense value because I believe you can spend your cards to like basically increase your chance for not taking damage or less possible damage, because they work on like this division system of how many defense and how many hits. And then you divide that, and then that's based on like how much damage you take. So I'm not going to go through all the cards. I thought I'd just kind of quickly browse through some of these there. The pennant looks like here. And yeah, it actually is written on the back side of the cards. Huntress. Yeah, so Huntress was there. Pennant. Priest. And oh, maybe it's like Ranger. Yeah, that's what it is, Ranger. So, okay, so that is the cards in here. So there's a lot more cards. A lot of this stuff, of course, is secret. There's a lot of things that need to be organized. But we will come back to look at the Armory box and then the secret box here at the end, which I will put a timestamp for. Okay, all right, that is it. Moving to the next box. All right, one other thing I wanted to actually look at before we moved on here is the game board itself. So they have like this directionality system where you have the different directions of the map, and that is really part of the AI system. Because characters will try to move, I believe it's like in the northwest and then kind of moving around in like a sundial. I could be completely wrong, so I'm sure somebody will probably correct me as well on that. But anyway, pretty cool. You got the sort of twisted forest with bugs and weird plant life and some shields and skulls and other. Like this is a plant with an eyeball in it. A lot of cool different things on this game board. Real nice quality too with wrapped edges. So you don't have like the cardboard side. And then on the other side is a little bit more of a plain, I'd say, but it does have a bunch of rats on this one. There's some like kind of cobblestone and maybe a few other little things. There is some shields over there that exists on this one, but I'd say not quite as detailed as the other. I'm assuming you change it depending on which side you're on. I guess the interesting part is because it is wrapped, you do get a little bit of like that artwork overflow, right? You're getting like some of that green side that's on the other since it does wrap. But it's not that important. This part of the map is like kind of like out of bounds of the game, so you don't really use that part anyway. Anyway, I just wanted to look at that, and then we got a big stack here of punch boards to do. So a lot of work ahead of me tonight. All right, next up is the Armory box. I got this specifically because I really, really like this idea of being able to like change out weapons. It is actually very similar to an idea that I had trying to develop another product for Dragori. but they didn't really want to do it. And then when I saw this thing, I was like, this is so awesome. There's no reason that we couldn't have done this. So let's look into this box. Oathsworn into the Deepwood Armory. The following pages contain instructions for quick swapping weapons on Oathsworn character miniatures. When swapping weapons, push-fit components may become loosened. To retighten the connections, simply push together, squeeze the front shown in green and the back shown in red on the miniature. Cool. All right, so then you're getting a lot of different pictures of the options that are available. I think this is primarily pretty close to what existed in the original campaign, but I think they changed some of the material so that way it fit a little bit better. There's so many cool options. This is so cool. I really, really like this idea of switching out character weapons. It gives you so much more of that RPG vibe when it's not just about, well, I have that character, but I can also make him look like the weapons that I have equipped for him there. So you can see all of the different characters we got there and their options. Now, a few of them definitely have a lot less options. Like the Harbinger feels like he has less options than maybe some of the other ones did. But otherwise, pretty cool. All right. And so I think this is like a storage for you to potentially divide these up. But then they just kind of come in their bag there. So this one says Kerr, the Warden, and oh, the Kerr has more. Well, that's confusing. Are these different ones? They look like the same. Uh-oh. I hope that doesn't mean I got shorted one of my other classes. We got the Warbear. Definitely got to get the Warbear. You got the Huntress. The Blade. The Penitent. God, I can't ever say that one. The Ranger. Wait, I thought Huntress was already in here. Huntress was in here. This looks like the same one. Priest. And Witch. So I know the Grove Maiden's not in here, but I don't know if it had one to begin with. So let's just look. Let's use this this guide here to help us make sure that we have all the pieces. So the Kerr, yep, we got that one. The Huntress, yep, we got two of those ones. The Harbinger, yep, we got that one. The Blade is up here, we got that one. The Witch, uh-oh. Oh, wait, I'm sorry, I forgot a couple right here. Here's the Witch. Good. The Penitent. Got that one there. The Warden. Warden right there. And the Priest right here out of the box. Almost missed that one too. We got the Warbear. I did see that one. The Exile. Uh-oh. I think that's the one we're missing. I do not see the Exile. Okay, so it looks like my box got messed up. They didn't give me an Exile. Ranger. I have the Ranger. I do have a Ranger. And that's it. Okay, so it looks like the only one I did not get, I believe, is the Exile. So I'll have to submit a ticket to have them fix that. But otherwise, got the other things. All right, let's move on here to the secret box. So this is the one that came with this specific campaign. This is not the one from the previous campaign. It's a new one. So if you don't want to know what this is, I'll set a timestamp to tell you hey, move to this one, and we'll go to that, but otherwise we'll show that here. So if you don't want to see this, make sure you change the timestamp right now, and we're going to move on. All right, going into Secret Box 2, I believe is what this is called. We're going to see what, oh my God, it's a painted one. Okay, so I believe in the last one, it was the War Bear miniature, and it was a pretty awesome one. I don't remember if that was painted or not. The secret box for this one is, I believe that this is, what is it, like the, I don't know if it's the sword or the warden. This might be the warden miniature, or, well, it's at least a big model of him holding up his shield, and he is painted. That is pretty awesome, especially since they're giving this away free. That is a fantastic addition there. Kind of wish I had the War Bear one now. I didn't know it was going to be another one of these, so now I kind of want to get that first one. But anyway, this is pretty awesome reward there. Real happy about that. Now, obviously, it's not super quality, painted here as, you could get with painting it yourself, because there's only a set number of colors here, but it's a pretty cool thing, especially, you could kind of compare it to some of the things that we do at Dragori. So you have some wash in there. You're getting some different color and gradients. You're getting a little bit of detail work. So somebody would have had to do these like details on his armor, I believe. So that looks like that could be some work for someone to do, unless they did that in a different way. Looks like they kind of just washed things up, or made it all about the same color here on like the shield and that glove. And then on the other side, pretty standard. And then, yeah, this section here with like his symbol could definitely use like a detail marker, so that way you can see that symbol much better, because otherwise, like, especially if I hold it just even out from my body, I don't even really notice it. But anyway, that is the secret box. And now we're gonna go back to secret. Nobody knows what it is. But that is it for my unboxing. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you have any questions, make sure to leave those in the comments, and I'll do my best to answer things I can. And if you have answers, feel free to to post those as well. But this was the Oathsworn unboxing. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. Really appreciate any support you can give. But that is it for today, and we'll see you at the next one.